Get real segment with pin comment. Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hi. Hi Atika. Hi guys. Hi. Hello. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. आपका ही वेट कर रही हूँ. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Okay, let me invite Dr. Charan. Charan. Hello, Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Hi. Hi. We're waiting to join Dr. Charan, waiting for Dr. Sahab. Hi. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Hello. Hi guys. Hi guys. He came? Yes. So guys, we are going to take Dr. Charan in our live and we are going to talk about how to cope up after a breakup. It's an important topic, and if you guys have any questions, go ahead, ask. I am waiting for doctor to accept. I don't know what's happening. Let me try again. Okay. Dr. Charan Teja. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Hi guys. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So this is going to be a very different live segment. Very different than the one we had before. That one was like very, like they were prepared with the questions, but over here we're just gonna go with the flow.
Yeah, sounds good.
And before we even begin, I want to thank you for coming live with Get Real segment with Frolic Fatima, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me. It means a lot.
My pleasure. And also congratulations on 5K subscribers.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So let's just begin. Or no, first let's introduce you. Can you like introduce yourself to everybody so that everybody knows who you are?
Yeah. Hello everybody. I'm Dr. Charan. I'm a consultant neuropsychiatrist from KIMS Hospital's Kondapur branch. I'm also an assistant professor in VRK Women's Medical College, and I have my own clinic in Kaveri Hills. So I deal with mental health issues along with psychologists, and I'm happy to be speaking about destigmatization of mental health issues. That's the prime goal. More than treatment, I think.
Talking is more important, right? Hello. Hello. There is some network problem.
Yeah. Hi. I'm back. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Okay. So I think talking is more important than medication and treatment, correct?
I wouldn't say like that, but talking is more important for people to be aware that, okay, what they're going through could be a medical problem. Then they can come to the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say what I think, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, because for me, I think communicating with somebody, if somebody is having a mental problem, for example, I am going through a breakup or I am going through something dark in my life, and if I'm not talking to somebody, I'm building it up. And I'm having these dark thoughts, I'm having these weird thoughts in my head, and I'm constantly thinking that my life is not good. My life is not right. I'm not happy. But because I'm not talking to somebody, it's building up. And then the moment I start talking to somebody, I feel a sense of relief. I feel like I'm healed. Do you think That is the right
Yeah.
thing.
No, that is right in
Okay.
case of today's topic, breakups.
Mm-hmm,
Whenever
mm-hmm,
you go through a breakup, not necessarily you will go
mm-hmm.
into depression. You could be,
Of course.
bereaving, or you could be grieving about a loss. Loss doesn't
Mm-hmm,
have to be in the form of death all the time.
mm-hmm.
It can be
True.
it can be financial loss. It can be loss of a pet. It can
True.
be loss of motherhood.
Mm-hmm,
It can be loss of a job. It can be loss of a
mm-hmm,
loved one in
mm-hmm,
terms
mm-hmm.
of breakup or divorce. Anything you'll
True.
grieve.
True.
But
True.
sometimes, based upon your genetic influence,
Mm-hmm,
it will decide. For example, let's just say you and me are in two different relationships, and we
mm-hmm,
both have breakup, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not necessarily both of us can go into depression. Either one of us can
True.
go into depression based
True.
upon
True.
based upon my family history of having
Mm-hmm,
any depression, or me
mm-hmm,
having any alcohol use in the past,
mm-hmm,
or me
mm-hmm,
having certain medical problems that can cause depression whenever
mm-hmm.
there is a environmental stressor like
Okay.
breakup.
Okay.
So
Okay.
not everybody who has a breakup should go through depression, but some of
Oh,
them can.
yeah, but let's not talk about depression. Let's just talk about like normal girls. Like
Hmm.
normal girls, they go through breakup, but then
Hmm.
they make it as a big issue, like a
Hmm.
huge issue.
Hmm.
They feel like the world is going to end.
Hmm.
They feel like they're never going to fall in love.
Hmm.
They feel like nobody's going to love them ever again.
Hmm.
What do you have to think about that?
I mean, it's very normal to go
Mm-hmm.
through such intense emotions,
Emotions. Mm-hmm.
right after breakup, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about not having a partner. It's
Mm-hmm.
about complete shift in your dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamics
Mm-hmm.
with probably what you dreamt in your future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Probably you'd have made a lot of work adjustments according to your
Mm-hmm.
partner.
Mm-hmm.
Also, change in your friend circle, because you both would
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
built common
Yeah.
friends, and maybe
True.
both of you would have been part of each other's family as well. So there
Yeah.
is going to be
Yeah.
complete change from day to night, your complete routine.
Mm-hmm. True.
That
True.
causes intense emotion,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I think we spoke last time.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
will heal it. Lot of
Yes. Yes.
people,
Yes. Yes.
lot of people don't give enough time to get over a
Yeah.
breakup.
Yeah.
Few of them will go through unhealthy coping mechanisms, or few of them
Yes.
can, go to end their life and drastic steps
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, what happens is when a girl or a boy, it happens mostly in boys, I think. As soon as
Hmm.
they end a relationship, not
Hmm.
all of them, but
Hmm.
some of them would
Hmm.
quickly switch to a new girlfriend.
Hmm.
Is that healthy?
It is called rebound relationship, right? Rebound
Yes.
relationships are mostly unhealthy,
Mm-hmm.
because you need to take time to move
Mm-hmm.
on,
Mm-hmm.
and you should be ready emotionally and mentally to be giving another partner a chance for love. When you
Mm-hmm.
jump into it, you
Mm-hmm.
probably are still thinking about the past partner,
Yeah.
and you're not starting fresh. You are starting
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
where it ended. It's
Yeah.
extremely unhealthy. So rebounds are
Mm-hmm.
generally very unhealthy,
Mm-hmm.
especially for girls. Rebounds happen when, if anybody gives them support during coping
Yes.
time, during breakup.
Yes.
Let's just say there's
The
a
moment a guy slides in and then he
yeah,
gives a shoulder to cry
shoulder to
on,
cry
they
on.
start, yeah, they start depending on the guy. They start thinking, oh, this guy. And there's this
Yeah,
trend that's going on, okay? Like I've
yeah,
heard so many stories, and whatever I say is with experience. Whatever I say is because I hear these stories from real people.
hmm,
They said that this guy would date her, and the moment she is broken up with the boyfriend, there would be
hmm,
another guy who's ready to slide into her DMs,
hmm,
and who's ready to be that shoulder, who starts as a
hmm.
friend and then ends up in a relationship, and then that guy would dump her too. So how important it is for girls or for boys or for anybody to understand that whoever is there to be nice, and whoever is there in your bad time, in your worst time, doesn't necessarily mean that they are there for good reasons.
Yeah. I mean, they could be there for good reasons as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but even if you are developing romantic feelings, I think
Mm-hmm.
you need to step back. You need to take
Mm-hmm.
some time to process. Are these
Mm-hmm.
feelings purely for this person, or me not wanting to be adapting to staying alone for some time? So
Mm-hmm.
I want to right away
Mm-hmm.
jump into the next relationship. So everything is same. There are
Mm-hmm.
morning calls, there are night calls, and you can go out with them.
The
You can make
constant
new
text messages.
constant text messaging, and you can have new friend circle instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
usually a very unhealthy, but once in a while, yeah, I mean, some
Mm-hmm.
people click very well, so we can't
Yeah.
generalize that, every
Yeah.
rebound
Yeah.
is a
Of
bad
course. Of course.
relationship. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then giving time, I think, is the best thing to do. But a
It's the
lot of
most
young,
important thing.
yeah, and a lot of young, young generation. I mean, I'm not going to call myself young, but a lot of people who are in their teens and their early 20s, what they usually do is they don't give themselves time. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
they don't understand the whole process. They think anybody who's giving them attention
Hmm.
is the person they want to be with.
Hmm.
They don't think about, is this person going to be good, is this person going to be loyal, is this person going to actually love you for the right reasons, because they give themselves to this person so much that down the line, like 6 months, year, 2 years, 3 years later, break up.
Also, I think it's because having a companion, be it a boyfriend, a
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend, or
Mm-hmm.
same gender, opposite gender, whatever, it's
Mm-hmm.
become it's become a must. you
Mm-hmm.
know Unlike
Yeah.
olden days, some people
Yeah.
found love, some people didn't find love, but now it
Deny.
is must. Yeah, if
Must.
someone doesn't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, there's something wrong with that person.
Yeah.
It it translates them as very uncool people, or it translates
Yeah.
them as loners,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
losers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Various tags are attached, so they will
Yes.
jump into whomsoever is available.
Yeah, of course.
It's also society playing on their mind rather than their own feelings, I feel.
True, 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 true. That's what I think. Like, when somebody doesn't want to have a relationship, because everybody in the group, everybody in the class is having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So this person needs to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If they don't, they are considered as boyfriend nahi hai.
Hmm.
Boyfriend nahi hai, like
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
this person feels like, what am I doing something wrong that I'm not having a boyfriend or girlfriend? And then they, like you said, they jump into relationships, and then they end up being hurt and sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, I think our families also, the structure of families are changing so much,
Mm-hmm.
from joint families
Mm-hmm.
to three-generation families. So right now we are
Mm-hmm.
in the nuclear family system.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Mm-hmm.
in nuclear family, everybody is a loner in themselves. I'm not
Yeah.
generalizing, but some
Of
families
course, of
are.
course, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
So you need someone constantly with you. Everybody is having a boyfriend or girlfriend. They're busy with them, and you are
Yeah.
left alone. So you will
Yeah.
have that innate necessity and need to be
Yeah.
in relationship.
But don't you think this is so unhealthy? Like, depending on somebody just to feel
Hmm.
included.
Hmm. Hmm.
Having a boyfriend just to feel that, okay, everybody's having a boyfriend, so I need to have a boyfriend. Oh, my
Yeah.
friends are constantly talking to boys. Oh, my friends are constantly going on dates. So I don't feel like, I feel left out. So why do I need this validation? Like somebody said, why do you need validation? I mean, this is so common in girls, even though they are not allowed to have a boyfriend, even though their family says don't have a boyfriend, they know themselves that I don't need to have a boyfriend, but because there's so much pressure and they feel very lonely, that they have a boyfriend, which
Yeah.
is so wrong.
But
And then
yeah,
they end up being sad and upset.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of people need to understand, not necessarily your first relationship is going to work out, you know,
Yeah, of
uh,
course.
because the person that I am, probably when I was 18 or 16, I'm very, very different from what I am today.
Of
Maybe
course.
almost you can't even recognize that we both are same people. Sometimes there can be a drastic change.
Say.
So so probably what I liked or what I was looking in a partner at that time might be completely different from what I am looking for a partner right now. So I don't really believe in you feeling like not having a relationship is a swim or sink situation. It's not a do or die situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take time. It doesn't even matter even if you are 25-year-old, 30-year-old, and still didn't have a relationship. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
As long
just
as you're
make sure.
building yourself up, as long as
Yeah,
you're happy, you should not need anybody to have to make you feel special. You should be enough for yourself.
yeah. I mean, it's so funny. The word relationship has scaled down to only romantic relationships.
Yes.
Friendship is a relationship. Brotherhood is a relationship. When I say
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship, it's necessarily understood that it is romantic. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be
It's
that
not
way.
just romantic now, it's just like a sexual relationship.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
is like,
yeah.
when I was, when I was young, when I was dating, I was like a hopeless lover. Okay, for me, going on a date was holding hands. Okay, when you held hands, like हाथ पकड़ लिए, like that. That was the thing back then. But now, relationships are all about physical needs. That's it. Like
Yeah.
everything has changed so much, and people
Yeah.
are not realizing that what you're doing is absolutely wrong. Like absolutely wrong. But then they have their own explanations, they have their own reasons, and then when they break up, like I get so many stories, I get so many messages from so many girls talking about this, that hey, I was in a relationship, I did whatever, and now this guy is blackmailing me. How do I deal with this? I'm like, oh my god. What do you have to think about girls like this, and then what do you have to think about guys like this who does stupid things like this? Do they have some problem in their brain?
No, I don't think so. It's not having, like, a lot of people actually misread crime as mental illness. That is not true at all.
Yeah, true.
It's just, that person is a bad person. That person has no ethics, no principle. I was probably not brought up well.
Yeah.
Probably even though the parents tried to brought him up well, maybe he didn't.
He didn't,
Maybe
yeah.
he got lost somewhere due to wrong companionship or
Yeah.
the
I think
multiple
it's
things.
mostly about the companionship. I think it's not the parents, because I'm very sure every parent would want the best for their kids. But
Yeah.
because the kids go and have friends who are not probably nice, and who, even the girls and the boys, I mean, I'm not going to just generalize boys, because there are girls who have bad company, who have girls as bad company, who would do wrong things.
Yeah.
And they would
Yeah.
think that, hey, it's okay, like it's very normal for me to do this.
Yeah. No, you rightly said. Friendships are very important. However, I'm also noticing, parents are also equally important. I'll tell you why. Most often you will try to find a man like your father. I will try to
Yes.
find a woman
Man,
like my
woman
mother.
like a mom. Yeah.
And also, if your parents are going through a abusive or toxic relationship, your only understanding of relationship is that, and that's
Yeah.
what you would do to your partner as well.
True.
So because we learn through, especially men ill-treating women in relationship. If I'm
Yeah.
seeing example, if I'm seeing my father, not respecting my mother and only being nice to her, when he is romantic towards her, I will think probably that's how it is.
This is
I'm
the only
supposed to be
relationship. Yeah.
the only relationship, and I'm supposed to be with my girlfriend the same way. I'm supposed to be nice to her only when I need romantic relationship. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
can ill-treat her because that's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so parents need to
True.
be extremely
And
careful about what to talk and what not to talk in front of kids.
yeah, I think before, like when we were growing, the parents, I think the most important, the worst thing that's happening right now is the miscommunication, because
Yeah.
parents do not talk with the kids. They just say nahi karna aisa, but they don't say why they should not do this. So because they were not talking about why, and there was a big communication gap between the parents and the kids. So that's the reason why everybody's like, for example, if a girl is having a boyfriend, they would just say, no, don't have a boyfriend. They would not give her the reasons and explain it to her how it's going to affect. They are probably not going to say that, hey, do not go and have sex with a boy because this is what's happening and this is wrong. They would just like stop, take their phone, and like don't send them to college, and then act like very weird at home. I think parents and everybody should create a very healthy environment at home where everybody can talk to everybody, so that they don't have to go and find people outside home to talk. Be it, if you have a brother and a sister, like for example, if I have a brother, I'm going to talk to my brother about everything. Everything, like I'm telling you everything. If I don't talk to my brother or my sister the way I want, I'll probably go and look for people outside. And I would try to connect with people outside. And I would try to find love outside. So if you're finding that love at home, if you're finding that connection at home, I don't think people would need to go outside. They probably would not need, somebody to bitch about your mom and your dad and your cousins or your brother and your sister. Because I think boyfriend means just telling him everything wrong about your family. मेरे मम्मी ऐसा सताए, मेरे डैडी ऐसा बोले, मेरा भाई ऐसा बोला, मेरे friends ऐसा करे. So when a girl have a boyfriend, I think it's basically just telling him everything that's going on. Like सुबह से शाम तक whatever छोटी से छोटी detail, they will tell the boy. And this boy is there to listen. And then they get more attached, right?
Yeah. Also, I think parents should stop giving ultimatums to children, because know that adolescents and young adults are usually very defiant.
Yeah,
If you tell
yeah.
me to not do this, I will go ahead and do it.
True, true,
That is hormonal. That's completely
true,
hormonal. That's
true,
how your
true, true.
brain and body is reacting to certain changes in puberty.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
don't give them ultimatum like don't do it. Instead, tell
Mm-hmm.
them that hey, you could do this, but these will be the
Mm-hmm.
consequences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You should always explain what are the consequences of every action or everything that we do. Any
True,
impulsive step that we take has 100 repercussions. If you
true.
explain them,
Mm-hmm.
probably they'll be able to see where you are coming from.
True, true,
So they
true.
need to be that friendly. I always tell parents, don't be their friend. Be friendly. You have to be
Yeah.
a parent. A lot of people say, my dad is my friend. No, your dad is not your
No,
friend. Your
not
dad
your
is your
friend.
dad. And also
Yeah,
he's friendly. It's very
yeah,
important. You need to draw
yeah.
a line and explain, what authority can do and what life
True,
experiences they went through,
true.
so the kids
Yeah,
can learn from
the
them,
the
creating a
parents
safe
would
space.
never. Yeah, the parents would never say what they have. I mean, I am very sure even our parents, they have had their own relationships, they have had their own crushes, they have had their own whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
heartbreaks and everything.
yeah,
But they
yeah.
don't want to talk about it because they feel like if I talk about this to my
Hmm.
kids, probably they're gonna do
They'll think
it,
it's
and
okay.
then they'll think, and then they'll judge me. I don't want to be that person who needs to be judged. They'll feel like, oh, hamare baba kare. They
Hmm.
don't want that.
Hmm.
So they'll
Hmm.
probably, I don't know why they would not speak about that. But I really want like the new generation that is going to, move forward. I
Hmm.
hope that we start speaking, and I hope that we make a change in our lifestyle and talk. I think communication is very important.
Yeah, yeah,
If there's somebody to just talk and then listen, you will feel so much better. You feel like you're heard, because
yeah,
sometimes after a breakup, when a girl is at home, she's crying, she's going through hell, or a boy is very depressed, but there's nobody who's actually seeing that she's upset. So she feels more hurt, and then she goes through a mental breakdown,
hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is when friends come into big picture, family comes into big picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Children should feel like parents are approachable for them to go and tell them, instead of without getting I told you so,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told you so, or you deserve this,
Yeah.
or these kind of things shouldn't be told.
I
They
know.
they
It
should they
hurts
should
them more.
it
Like
hurts them more.
I
Yes,
heard,
and yeah,
bole
yeah,
the, I told you so.
yeah,
You
yeah,
had a boyfriend, now you go through it. I'm like, oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, people tend to behave like psychics, as they can predict your future, and they did, and
Yeah,
they tried to help you, and you didn't
yeah,
take the help. That is
yeah.
not healthy at all.
I know.
Just be open. Just be open, and this is not about you. This is
Mm-hmm.
about them. Let them be.
Yes,
If
and
some
more
people
and
try to
some.
make it about
Mhm.
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
some parents, they would say, oh my god, they would not care about what the girl is going through. They would say, oh my god, if people come to know, they'll think I did not raise you well. I
Hmm.
did not. They start thinking about themselves rather than thinking about, hey, if the girl is going through something, probably
Hmm.
she was very emotionally attached. That's the reason why this girl is going through whatever she's going through. So let's be a little bit empathetic towards her, and let's show some sympathy, and let's tell her that, hey, it's okay. It's
Hmm.
okay. Whatever you did, it's okay. We completely understand. Let's move on. Next time, don't make a boyfriend. Rather than, like making her feel like more horrible. Then
Yeah.
that's when they go, and then that's when they start finding another boyfriend.
Hmm.
I think that's what it is,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's what I did.
No, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like my
absolutely right.
mom was like, "Oh my god, everybody's gonna know that you had a boyfriend. Now everybody's gonna say that I did not raise you well and you had a boyfriend." I'm like, everybody has a boyfriend. What are you talking about? Like, all of my cousins are having boyfriend and girlfriend. Just because I got caught and just because I made it public that I had a boyfriend doesn't mean I'm the bad one.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
bold one, okay?
Yeah. 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 I mean, usually people with relationships are generally scapegoated in the family. That, like, oh, she's, especially in Indian families, that tends to happen.
Oh my god.
Um, I think even if your son or daughter is in relationship, it's good to be part of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It better be, you better be, rather be an insider than an outsider.
Yeah.
That, so you can always tell them when something is going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
They always say, the other shoe is about to drop. When that is happening, you can always help them. You can always pull them
Yeah,
out.
yeah. True, true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So, when somebody goes through a horrible breakup, okay? Like a very terrible breakup, they have been together for years and years, and then, their parents know about it, and then the boy decides that, hey, I'm not gonna marry you. I found a new boy. I found a new girlfriend. So, how should girls cope up with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Is there like a time period?
You need to give enough time period, first of all.
Okay.
Like I told you, time will heal things. Time will heal things. Every second day is going to be different. I tell all my patients when they come to me, 1 year from now, you will be thinking how silly I was, or what was I thinking? Why was I being very dramatic?
Oh my God. Yes.
Why did I think it is a sink or swim for me?
Yeah.
That person is not even worth anything. I'm glad it ended.
Oh my God.
Obviously that will never occur when you just had a breakup. Especially in a very serious relationship, long-term relationship, it is as worse as losing a person to death.
Yes.
In fact, one patient told me it's worse than death. Death, at least I know that the person is gone forever,
Yeah.
will not come
Yeah.
back. But this
Yeah.
person is right there, but just doesn't
Yeah.
want me. I think
Yeah.
more than not having him, I think the feeling of rejection,
The feeling of
um,
helplessness that you cannot do
helplessness.
anything because you had this person loving you so much. Now he just
Yeah,
doesn't want to talk to you. Kills
yeah,
you
yeah,
inside. I think that's more
yeah,
worse than a
yeah.
breakup ho gaya. This is what I
Also,
used to feel.
also the feeling of rejection translates on
Yeah.
your self-worth. You feel you're
Yes.
not worthy, or because
Yes.
if usually in India we don't have anything called amicable breakups.
Yeah.
It's usually toxic breakups, or suddenly they switch off, or they cut off, or they block. So when you don't have an answer, when you didn't end it on a good note, you know, you're likely to suffer for a longer time than somebody who
Yeah.
had their answers why it didn't work out.
Yeah, this is what I don't like about Indian relationships and breakups in India is that they don't end up in a good turn. Like, for example, if I'm breaking up with somebody, I just want to go up to that person and tell that person that, hey, whatever we had was amazing.
Yeah,
What, like, how for 1 year, 2 year, whatever time, it was amazing. I respect you, I
yeah,
loved you honestly, but right now I think I outgrew of that feeling. I mean,
yeah,
I know it's a stupid excuse, but sometimes happens when you talk to
yeah,
somebody for a very long time. Sometimes people tend to, it change of hearts. But
yeah,
then,
yeah,
yeah, and then I think that everybody should break up on a very good note so that there's not
yeah,
awkwardness, because you tend to move in the same circle, you tend to go to the same college, you tend to move in the same family gatherings. So when you
yeah,
see that person, you at least smile for the sake of that relationship that you had, rather
yeah.
than like, oh my God, I hate that person, or start crying when you see that person.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody does that over here. Nobody.
Yeah, yeah,
I think very few people does that. They do it, and even if that after the breakup, they would start naming each other. So the girl's friend would say the boy was bad, the boy's friend would say the girl is bad. I mean, when they were together, nobody was talking anything bad about each other. The moment they split, they start saying all the toxic things. I'm like, what's up with that?
mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that is true. Um, Once you put your relationship public, it becomes everybody's job to just have popcorn in their hands, and it becomes a drama for them.
Yeah.
It's no more a breakup. It's discord or disharmony or something like that. I think for whatever good times you cherished with the person, respect that and respect the person, and acknowledge the fact that it didn't work out for whatever reasons,
True.
and move on a very polite note.
Yeah,
Um,
civilized. We are all civilized
Civilized
people.
way, civilized people.
Yeah.
People suddenly become very nasty. Some people will be like, they'll start blackmailing them that, why did you break up with me? I'll tell your father, I'll tell your mother. I'll show her
I'll
pictures and
show your
things like that.
pictures. I make a fake
I'll sh-
ID with your name.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this usually happens when there are a lot of insecurities
Yeah.
within yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about that person who broke up with you. I think you will have to start working on yourself from the scratch.
True, true,
It's
true.
very, very important. Also, we should mention about abusive relationships and toxic
Yes,
relationships.
yes, yes.
They're very important because it's a pattern. I
Yeah.
never seen. person who went through abusive relationship pick a right person, they will jump into a abusive
Wrong.
relationship.
Yes.
It's always a pattern, and this is when people casually say, "I like bad boys. I don't
Yeah.
like
Oh
good,
my
good
God.
boys are
Oh my
boring."
God.
No, no,
This is a trend, okay? This is a trend.
the trend.
This is a
Yeah,
trend on Instagram where girls would say, I like bad boys. I'm like, that bad boy will give you hell.
yeah,
You
yeah,
probably think that, oh my God, him treating you like a slave. You
yeah,
have to ask permission to go outside. You have to ask permission of what you wear. You have to ask permission of who to talk to. Like, why did you not answer your phone call? Where did you go? What's happening? All of these things, you think this is good, this is healthy. He's dominating you like you are his slave and your father. Like, your father would probably not even treat you like that. What is wrong
yeah.
with you? They're like, no, I love this.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know a lot of girls in
Hmm.
relationships like this. And then I'm always
No,
like, no,
no,
break up.
I always blame both the people because when you talk about this kind of insanity, possessiveness, one person is being very possessive, the other person encourages it. They find it very cute. They find it, belonging. That person is possessive. That
Yeah.
means, he loves me. They
Yeah.
start encouraging it. They start fueling it. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
turns into, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional
Yeah.
abuse, sexual
Yeah.
abuse, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of this can happen. You have to identify toxic relationship and just jump out. Don't worry about the commitments you made. Don't worry
Yeah.
about the society that you're living in. It really doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
know, give it 2 days and they'll have some other topic to talk about.
Yeah,
You know,
of course, of course.
yeah.
And I think mostly girls who are in toxic relationship and abusive relationships, they don't want to talk and they don't want to tell about all this to anybody in their family or even their friends because they feel if they're going to talk about it, it's very insulting. They're going to be judged. So rather than asking for help and rather than talking about it with somebody mature enough or somebody who's going to give you the right advice, they keep tolerating it. They keep going through it because they feel like, okay, if I leave this guy, he's going to hit me again. This guy is going to, do something to me again. So they get so scared because of the society pressure, because of being judged, because of being talked about in the entire community or college or wherever they are, that, oh my God, iska boyfriend isko marta. They don't talk about it. They just go through it. How important do you think is to let people know if they are in a relationship like this?
First of all, let yourself know that you're going through an abusive relationship and things are not normal. Then let people know. Please seek help and try to get out of the relationship. Don't be scared that if I tell anyone else, maybe he'll put me through more trauma.
Yeah.
That fear, because a lot of people want to get out, but they still won't, thinking that
Yeah.
what if he does worse. It
Yeah.
really doesn't matter. Just get out.
Yeah.
Just get out of it.
Yeah.
And also about
Eventually, people are
yeah,
going to know, right?
yeah. Eventually, people are going to know. Also, one more important thing. There is another school of thought, right? I mean, I don't know if a lot of people agree. Even
Okay.
a lot of men go through abusive relationships, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in fact,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually
I know.
see, I
I
actually see
know a few of
men
my
go through,
cousins.
yeah, like if men are going through abusive relationship, they deal with it more bad than women. I'll tell you why. Women are generally conversation, beings. They
Yes.
tend to share. They tend to
Yeah.
talk. They have
Yeah.
they have close knitted girlfriends group and they talk.
Yeah.
Men
Yes.
usually
Yes.
don't let their sadness know. They think it's
Mm-hmm.
very girly to
Mm-hmm.
talk about problems. It's very girly
Yeah.
to cry and things like that.
True.
They tend to suck it up. They tend to be like, oh, nothing, it's fine, it's all fine, it's all fine,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah.
have an emotional breakout.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's important for even for men to talk. I never saw two guy friends have usually not have any emotional deep conversation, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they only talk to girls again about
Yeah.
what they.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
good to have that kind of brotherhood and to
Yeah.
let other men know what they're going
True.
through. That's
True.
very
True.
important.
True. True. True.
We don't
Very
have that
true.
at all. If two people are deeply talking, they're considered as homosexuals and things like that.
Oh
It's
my God, the
yeah.
moment the guy starts speaking what he feels, people think that, lallu hai. Like,
Mm,
what is this? Guys don't talk about feelings. I'm like,
mm,
why? Why
mm,
shouldn't a guy talk about feelings? Because, I mean, don't you think the man has feelings? Don't you think the man is a human being?
yeah.
Because to be very honest, I have somebody very close in my family who went through a very toxic relationship, and he's a guy, and he couldn't say anything because
Mm,
he was a guy. And then the woman, his wife always projected herself to be this victim, even though
mm,
she was the horrible one. We all saw, but
mm,
because she, everybody would tend to believe the women. You know, they're like, okay, she's probably going through hell. But then he was going through hell and he did not say anything about it. And then one day I went up to him and I said, I see what you're going through. You don't have to go through it. You know, it's okay. It's okay to get out of the relationship. Nobody's forcing. But he said to me that people would not understand. And then they would think that I am the one who's, you know, not man enough to, you know, talk about things like this. So I don't want to do it. I'm like, but you're a human being. You have feelings. You are not happy when you go home, because I think everybody needs to have a happy home. After working hard so much the entire day, the man goes home and he wants to go to a happy home. I think this is the reason why a lot of men are having extramarital affairs, because they're not in a healthy home. They're not in a happy home. They go, because they come back home after a long day of work, and then the wife is constantly tan, 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 tan. So he feels like, okay, this is not right. I come home. I mean, I'm not supporting extramarital affairs, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that how people go through all of this, and nobody cares to talk to men. Nobody cares to understand that, hey, a man can also go through a lot of hell. Just because the woman always shows and the man doesn't show doesn't mean that he's not going through it. I mean, I think everybody, man or woman, they all go through abusive relationships. And I think I know a few people who also hit their husbands just because the man is a nice guy, that they would actually hit the husband. I'm like, oh my God, this is so wrong. So we always heard about women getting beaten up and, you know, women going through a lot. I've heard a lot of men who went through a lot of this, and nobody cares. Nobody cares, which is so sad.
I think the first time anybody raises hand at you, that should be the first and last time that person have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
Be it a boy or girl, walk out, step aside, you know, run out of the house very far in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Just know this person is not for you.
Yeah.
This person is not for anybody.
Yeah.
True. You know, people always find excuses that, you know, he has anger issues, he's angry, you know, he didn't mean it. No, I think anybody raises hand at you, that should be the last person they're doing it.
Yeah.
Very, very
So
important.
So let's take a few
Also-
questions. Yeah. You were saying, sorry. Also.
Also a lot of people, when they have breakups, right, they come out of it, they don't deal with it, they brush it under the carpet, and they act like nothing ever happened. They're fine.
Yeah.
And the next time, 5 years later, if they see their ex, they're very angry. It's not healthy. Even anger is an emotion. You shouldn't have any emotions for the person who has nothing to do with your life anymore. If you're angry, it still means you have some unresolved conflict with him. You didn't move on really. You know, you just you know, like how you don't clean your house but put carpets on top of it and think that there is no dirt in the house. It's
That's
something
not going to
like
happen.
that.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
they come out becoming very paranoid, and you know, they don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Trust issues are very, very common following a breakup. They don't let anyone in. They run away from any sign of love from anybody. You know, it's very unhealthy. You know, don't do
And then
all or none.
Even if somebody's trying to show them the love, they're always at the back of their head, they're always going to think that this person is going to do the same thing that the other person did to me. So there's always going to be that trust issue, and because of this trust issue, there's always going to be fights. They're always going to, like, even though they were supposed to be together, because of the fights and because of the trust issues, they're going to be like apart.
Also, I think.
Shh. Wait, go.
Also following a breakup, right? A lot of people start seeing the previous person in this person and don't see them as chance.
True.
You know, they start saying like, if other person is angry, they'll be like, what, are you going to hit me now? Are you going to abuse me now? You know, the other person will be like, but I never did that. Why will I do that? She's like, yeah, you will. Why won't you?
I know. So
You know,
it's like instigating that person, like.
Yeah. I mean, both are different people. You know, treat this person for himself, not for your past relationship. Don't come with baggages into the next relationship.
True. Very true. So let's take a few questions, because I see a lot of people are, you know, messaging. Oh my God, hold on. How long does it take to recover from a loss? Approximate time to cope?
The quicker you accept the loss, the better you will cope up. There is obviously no specific time. It's not a infection, right? For me to tell 7 days or 14 days, the better support system you have, the quicker you will cope up.
Yes.
These are two important things, acceptance and support system.
Yeah.
Either of them are missing, you're going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I think we all have tear ducts regardless of gender. We can all cry. It's a normal emotion. Yes, very true.
It is.
Guys, if you have any questions regarding breakups or if you're going through anything, you can leave us a comment and we'll reply to you. If you say बच्चे के वैसा रो रहे हैं, that boy child will consider women the lower gender and never have a healthy outlet for their feelings. True. I know, like a lot. I hear a lot of people saying, बच्ची है तुम, बच्ची के वैसा रो रहे हैं. I'm like, why would you have to say बच्ची के वैसा रो रहे हैं? Like, you have emotions, we have emotions, we all have emotions. Just because somebody is crying doesn't make you a bachchi. Boys cry too.
Yeah.
People are loving this live session, Dr. Charan.
Oh, thank you.
Somebody actually asked in the beginning how to deal with long distance relationships after marriage. Like how to keep the relationship strong if your husband or your wife is living abroad.
Yeah. So long distance relationships are usually very, very difficult. You should always plan your marriage in such a way that one of you will have to do little adjustments and sacrifices and try to be together. But for whatever reasons you're far away, try to meet very often. Prioritize a relationship over over your work or over money. It's very important, especially in the starting of relationship. The more time you spend, the better the bonds are. However, this is one more important thing. A lot of people, once they're in a relationship, they forget all the other relationships. They leave their friends. They just scoot. They disappear.
Yes.
And when they have a breakup, they come back thinking that I'm a loner. I don't have support.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Keep time for your friends.
Everybody.
Also.
Yeah.
Everybody,
exactly.
family, friends, because if not the relationship ends, you still have more other relationships to fall back to. You don't feel like a loner anymore. So it's very important.
I actually did that when I was in a relationship when I was young. I made my boyfriend everybody. Like, he was my friend, he was my best friend, he was my boyfriend, he was everything. So I stopped talking to everybody. And then when I was going through a breakup, I did not have anybody. But not because like my friends were very supportive, but then they were not happy with me having a boyfriend, even though everybody was having a boyfriend back then. But then like once you are very outgoing and you show the world that you have a boyfriend, and everybody wants to keep it under the blanket. They don't want to show people that they have a boyfriend, but they would have a boyfriend. So so I was
problem with that would be two things. First one is you might have lost your deep friendships because of it. Second one is it's a lot of pressure on your partner to be your friend, family, everything. A person can't do all of that.
Exactly.
That's why you have different relationships with different people. Your boyfriend should only be your boyfriend. Your husband should only be your husband, not your father, not your mother, not your brother, not your friend, nothing.
True. Yeah. So somebody asked, how does one identify the red flags? We all get blind with the love goggles.
Abuse is the first thing. Any kind of abuse. Infidelity is very, very important. Infidelity doesn't have to be in terms of sexual way. It can be emotional cheating. It can be comfort cheating. Understand that if somebody is cheating on you, once a cheater is usually, it's a pattern. They just need a chance to cheat on you, or till they don't get caught, everything is fine. People forgive and move on. Don't forgive and get back into the relationship.
Of course. Oh my God, yes.
These are two main red flags: abuse and infidelity. These are also these should be everybody's deal breakers. The day somebody is disrespecting you, the day somebody is talking to someone else behind your back, the day someone doesn't respect you, I think these all are three important deal breakers. Especially women feel like they're supposed to be docile and submissive. That's the beauty of womanhood. That's not the beauty of womanhood. The beauty of womanhood is being strong, being independent, Independence is not making your own money. Independence is
Yeah.
being
Being
emotionally independent.
emotionally independent.
Independent. You know,
Yes.
everybody say I'm an independent woman. Making money is no big deal. Anybody can make
Yeah,
money.
anybody can make money. True.
Yeah,
But
you
then,
should be emotionally independent.
yeah, like you should be okay to go
Yeah,
outside by yourself and have a cup of coffee by yourself and sit in a restaurant, go to a movie theater all by yourself. You don't need to feel bad that, oh my God, I'm
yeah,
alone. I don't have
yeah,
a
yeah.
friend. I don't have a boyfriend. No.
Hmm.
You should be okay not having a boyfriend and sleep without talking to somebody. Like, you should be that
Yeah,
strong.
yeah.
If someone is in a wrong relationship, how to make them realize?
How to make the other person?
Yeah,
I
how
don't
to make
understand.
the other, like, for example, if I'm in a bad relationship, how would my friends tell me that I'm in a bad relationship?
I think they shouldn't just label it as bad or good. You
Okay.
know, every relationship has good parts and bad parts. They should only let you realize that, hey, this is how he's treating you, and do you think it is okay? Friends, some friends tell it like, I'm not liking the way he's treating you. I don't think so. You should be with him. This is not
Yeah.
about them. Again,
Yeah.
it's all
True.
about how you communicate.
True.
So
True.
eventually,
True.
girl will be like, "Don't talk like that about my boyfriend. He is very important to me." And the friends will have a rift in between. Don't make it
But
about
then,
yourself.
sometimes it happens that, like you said, the girl starts thinking that, hey, if my boyfriend is treating me bad, if my boyfriend is controlling me too much, if my boyfriend is treating me like a slave and, like telling me to do this, and then I think that he loves me so much because he's so possessive about me. But then she doesn't realize that this is unhealthy. This is not right. This is not how your boyfriend is supposed to treat you. Even your husband is not supposed to treat you like that. But your friends realize that you're in a bad relationship. How do the friends make the girl understand that, hey, it's time to leave that boyfriend? It's time to say bye bye, baby. How?
They should. I think they should let them. They should tell them the facts. It's very simple. Tell them the facts and tell them how different this person has turned in the relationship, and this is not for better reasons. You're supposed to get better in a relationship, grow wiser and mature in the relationship, not dumb down further. If that
Yeah.
is happening to you, then they should let you know that this is not the person that you are.
Yeah.
This is completely someone that you don't want to be with.
Yeah.
They should give them examples of how they were pre-relationship and how they're post-relationship, and
Yeah.
let them realize. And don't tell them to break up. Let them know that
Yeah.
you're in a bad relationship. The decision is completely on you. You want to continue it or leave it. Let the
Yeah.
girl decide.
Okay. Sorry, my son wants to show the cat. Hello, Pom Pom. Okay.
Hi, Popo.
Zulfi, take the cat and go, Zulfi, please. Okay. Very, very good question. People tend to stick to the same person hoping they will change. Letting go is so difficult. Oh my God, yes.
Change is obviously very difficult for everybody. Comfort zone is very good, even if it's bad or good. The same person who knows everything about you is always very good. Yes, I mean, you should definitely give chances for person to change.
True.
You shouldn't be like, okay, at the first drop, you can't be like, I'm scooting from here. You're not a
Yeah.
correct person.
True.
However, let them know that I'm not appreciating some things in you. I want you to change this. If you're not going to change, I don't know if I'll be able to be with you anymore.
Yeah.
Let them
Yeah.
know. Let them decide. And also, it's not your duty to change them. A lot of people think,
Yeah.
I will change him. No,
With
no, no.
time, he will change. मैं बदला दूंगी. Like, I'm going to love him so much that he's going to change for me.
No,
No.
I mean, love doesn't change anything, actually.
Yeah. It's
Love is just
it's
a
it's
comfort
making
feeling.
them more, it's because they are going to feel more powerful when you,
Yeah.
even though they're treating you so bad, even though they're not changing, and if you're going after him and loving him and showing a lot of love and possessiveness, he's going to take that at his advantage, and he's going to take control over you even more. And then
Yeah.
at the end, he's going to say, I told you I'm going to leave you. You are the one who's clinging to me. Like,
Yeah.
I told
Yeah.
you long, long ago that there's nothing
Yeah.
going to happen. Why were you with
Yeah.
me? And then you're going to be more disappointed. You're going to be more upset. That's what I think.
I know a lot of people actually, where the one partner is telling that, I don't see future for us, but I want to be with you as much as I can. Other person will think that probably it's a lifetime. They misread things, they read in between lines, and they develop a lot of hope towards the person. And
True.
they think that, with time, probably, he will want, or
They'll
he or she will
change.
want to be, they'll change and be with,
Yeah.
I don't have unrealistic expectations. just see that, sometimes see it's not either of they wrong. Maybe I love this person, but I'm not ready for marriage. I'm not ready for anything like that. But I love the person. The other person wants marriage. Even that is a good enough reason for you to be separate. Because if one person wants a specific thing out of relationship, other person is not getting it.
Yeah.
It's no point.
Yeah, of course. There's no point. So before ending, what is that one note that you would want to tell all the youngsters about after a horrible relationship? What are the main important things that you should actually do?
Yeah. The first important thing, let's just say there are 10 things, okay? First thing
Okay.
would be take time.
Okay.
Don't jump into another relationship. That's the first thing. Second thing, don't become ambitious with career or something else because relationship didn't work out. Some
Yeah.
people do that, okay, this didn't work out, I'm going to quickly become top of my career and do that. Third thing, I heard of something called revenge body. They tend to
Yeah,
work out
yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
yeah,
They tend
yeah,
to eat very less, so the
yeah.
other ex would regret what they missed. That is absolutely nonsense. Please eat healthy. Eating less and doing rigorous
Revenge
workouts is
porn.
not revenge word. It's not healthy at all.
I
So
mean,
don't.
in this
Yeah.
situation, I'm sorry, in this
Yeah.
situation, even though the girl, for example, if I am saying I want a revenge body and then I'm going to work hard and I'm going to have a perfect body, but the moment I see his current girlfriend, I'm going to be insecure, even though she's not pretty.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
just going to be insecure just by the thought that he is with her and he chose her over me. So this is
Yeah.
this is what that this is what going to happen. So no matter what you do plastic surgery, you make $1 million, you do whatever. Even if
Yeah.
that girl is not very pretty, even though the girl is whatever, you're still going to feel insecure, or you're going to be like, huh, who is she? I was so pretty. Like you will either be very jealous or you either be insecure. There's not
Yeah.
going to be like, okay, yeah, he had a girlfriend. I mean, he had me. Okay, now he had someone else. Like nobody would think like that.
Yeah, that happens because probably they didn't move on at all. They're still there. If you have any of these negative emotions to a person or even positive emotions, you didn't move on. Please
Yeah.
take time to move on. Get back into your life, connect with people. It can be family, it can be friends. Sometimes you don't want to discuss with friends and family. Please go see a psychologist. Please talk to a counselor.
Yeah.
However, if any of the symptoms are not going down, if they're getting worse day by day, please also consult a psychiatrist. See a
Yeah.
doctor. You
Yeah.
know, these are very, very important things. Also, we all get influenced by movies.
Yeah.
In movies, breakups are shown in a certain way. There is a
Oh
song,
my God.
and you're binge eating something, or you are always, retail therapy. There's nothing called
Yeah.
retail therapy. There is only therapy. There's nothing called retail therapy. Don't splurge
It's
on
not
things.
even a therapy. You're going to
It's not
regret.
therapy.
You're going to
You're
feel
gonna
bad that,
regret.
oh my God, I spent so
Yeah.
much money which I did not even have.
Yeah. Don't do any of that. Also, one important thing is please make sure you're not taking any impulsive decisions. For
Yeah.
example, I don't want to go to this college anymore because he's there. I'm going to quit. Or I'm going to quit this job. I'm going to give a resignation because he's there. Don't do impulsive decisions. Your life doesn't have to change for anyone. It did for so many of your years, and now get it back into your track. If anybody has to go, the other person should. However, not every time relationship fails because of the other person. You
True.
know, there must have been problems with you also. There must have
Yeah.
been
True.
in you that cost. Please work on yourself.
Yeah.
Understand, what is it that you could have done differently for
Yeah.
this to be worked out in your own control.
Yeah.
So every relationship is a learning experience. You learn
Yes.
good things, you learn bad things.
True.
So stick on to the good things and let go of
True.
the bad things.
True.
This is
True.
very,
True.
very, very important. And sleep
Yes.
is all, obviously, someone said sleep is
Yes.
very, very
What about
important.
sleepless nights?
Don't think that watching Netflix for entire night, yeah, binge watching Netflix
Don't
entire
listen
night,
to
or
songs.
eating bowl of
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
listen
yeah.
to
I mean,
Hindi songs. And don't
yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah,
all the sad things that you did. Don't remember all the
yeah,
happy times you had and you start
yeah,
crying. Oh, ye
yeah,
gana sune
yeah.
to I remember my boyfriend, and go
Mm.
read all the old chats and go through the pictures. No, that's so
Yeah,
unhealthy.
yeah. I mean, everybody who goes through a breakup will definitely have their answers later why it didn't work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Just know that being optimistic, being positive is very, very important. It
True.
helps you find the right partner.
True.
I mean, things like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we were supposed to be here for 30, but I'm sorry I took so much of your time. But then every time the live with you is so fantastic that we just keep talking. So I'm not going to take too much time of yours. And I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for giving such insightful, your knowledge and, your thoughts and your opinions about everything. I really, really, really appreciate.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was again an opportunity to talk to you. This time I was not awkward. I was not nervous. This time I was like more confident because it was from my page. That time I had so much pressure. But
Yeah.
I think I'm easing up.
Yeah. 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 Also, you know me now. You know me.
Yeah, now I know you. Thank you so much, Dr. Charan, for being here and for somebody said doctor has $1 million smile. Aww. So thank you so much, Dr. Charan, for being here, for giving us, your insightful thoughts and coming, live with Get Real segment with Frolic Fatima. It means a
Yeah.
lot. Thank you once again, and thank you to everybody who joined and who were constantly commenting and asking questions. Really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you, everybody,
Thank
and
you.
I hope all of you will deal with your breakups very well. And breakup is part of life. Everybody, including your parents, everybody, all of us will go through that breakup or
True,
divorce.
true.
So try to learn something out of it and move on instead.
Yeah.
Instead of ending your life or you know doing anything bad. It's not worth it. Like nothing is worth it.
True,
Place
true,
yourself first.
true,
Yeah.
true, true, true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was an
Right. Bye.
absolute pleasure. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.